The world never disappoints when it comes to bizarre things. Imagine a thief so amateur that he trips over a piece of string and ends up sabotaging himself in a way worthy of a slapstick comedy. Yes, this scene actually happened in real life, and the way he got caught is simply unbelievable. But hold on, because that doesn't even come close to the couple who decided that home decor and supermarket food are best found in the trash. And the most impressive part, they've already saved over $11,000 with this technique. Now, if you think that's strange, wait until you hear about the guy who has spent thousands of dollars collecting dolls that look like they came straight out of a horror movie. And he takes this passion seriously, traveling the world to find the most bizarre pieces possible. But let's be honest, nothing beats the story of the Adventurous Cat that became a VIP passenger on a railway company and can now travel by train for free for the rest of his life. But the cherry on top, the most absurd news of all, involves two thieves who stole a credit card, used it to buy a lottery ticket, and ended up winning over $500,000. The problem? They vanished before claiming the prize. And the card owner? Instead of calling the police, he decided he wants to split the money with them. Sounds like a movie plot, right? Well, get ready, because the details of these stories are even more unbelievable. Stick with me, because today the real world has outdone itself. First news of the day. Clumsy thief gets caught after falling into a trap set by homeowners. If there's one thing we love, it's a villain who trips over their own stupidity. And this guy, my friends, seems straight out of a 90s comedy script. In the quiet town of Blythe in the United Kingdom, a thief decided to put his skills to the test and failed miserably. Paul Howell, a seasoned criminal with an unimpressive record of 108 convictions, fell victim to a trap straight out of Home Alone. Yes, that classic where an 8-year-old humiliates burglars with homemade tricks. The scene was worthy of an instant replay. Howell, wandering around a house's backyard in the middle of the night, tripped over a string. What happened next? A bucket of water tipped over his feet. Nothing lethal, nothing cinematic, just enough to leave him soaked and running away with his dignity in shambles. The problem? This house had been broken into before, so the fed-up homeowners had installed cameras and small traps. When they noticed the fallen bucket, they checked the recordings and called the police. And that's when things really went downhill for our criminal. The police, who were already well acquainted with Howell, after all he had a record of 25 break-ins, went straight to his house and arrested him. But his resume didn't stop there. Aside from this blunder, he was also linked to other thefts in the same town, stealing jewelry and bicycles. In court, Howell admitted to the crimes and received his latest badge of honor, 3 years and 7 months in prison. Detective John Mullen made a point of emphasizing that home invasion is a serious crime that leaves people feeling unsafe in their own homes. In the end, Howell learned his lesson. Maybe next time, or rather in the next 3 years and 7 months, he'll think twice before playing the role of an amateur burglar. And if he insists on this path, at least he should watch some better movies for inspiration. Check out this news! Couple who dumpster dives, furnished their home, and saved over $11,000 on food. Some people spend a fortune decorating their homes, and then there are those who simply jump into a dumpster and come out with designer furniture. And this couple took that strategy to the next level. Straight from Dorchester, United Kingdom, Amir Jardan, 38, and Ruth Moore, 27, have turned what most people call trash into a full-fledged lifestyle. Since the year 2022, they have specialized in what they call dumpster diving, which in practice means rummaging through discarded items from stores and supermarkets to find things that are still in perfect condition. And when I say they found some good stuff, I'm not talking about old junk. They've come across defective iPads, which Amir fixed, discarded drones, rare sneakers, luxury perfumes, and designer clothes. Oh, and get this, their entire house is furnished with items they found in the trash. Yeez, even that $176 lamp and the $222 coffee table. But it doesn't stop there. The couple has also practically eliminated their grocery bill. Instead of spending hundreds of dollars per month, they collect discarded bread, pasta, chocolate, and snacks, complementing their shopping with just $65 per week. By doing this, they've saved over $11,000 a year on food alone. And before anyone asks, yes, they have jobs. Amir works as a fire alarm engineer and Ruth is a mail carrier. But apparently their real teamwork happens inside a dumpster. For them, this practice is more than just a way to save money. Amir says he feels a real thrill every time he finds something valuable in the trash. And for Ruth, beyond the adrenaline rush, it's an opportunity to give back. Anything they don't use is donated to the We Are Humans charity, which supports people in vulnerable situations. And like any modern hobby, this has turned into content. In November of the year 2023, the couple started documenting their adventures on YouTube, and they already have over 7,000 followers keeping up with their weekly discoveries. They also use the platform to show that dumpster diving isn't dirty or wrong, but rather a way to fight waste and help the environment. Now, if you're curious about some of their biggest finds, check out this list. Lancome makeup, $785. Xbox controllers, $90. iPad Model 10, $431. Dunham rugs, a total of $1,572. New Balance sneakers, $143. Dunham lamp, $176. Michael Kors jacket, $524. And for those who think they just grab anything, Amir makes one thing clear. Discarded meat is where they draw the line. Because, well, common sense still exists. Third news of the day. He has spent $4,000 collecting creepy dolls. Alright folks, some people enjoy collecting rare objects, others prefer historical items. And then there's Chris Henry, who has dedicated his life to something a little more peculiar. Vintage dolls that many consider downright creepy. This content creator, 26 years old, has already invested about $4,000 into his collection and insists that it's not just a hobby, it's a mission. According to him, these dolls are misunderstood just like he felt for most of his life. Chris bought his first doll at 16 years old and hasn't stopped since. Today he owns more than 250 pieces, which he estimates to be worth between $3,000 and $4,000. And no, they're not tucked away in boxes. He has an entire room dedicated to the collection, including a glass cabinet where he displays the most special relics. Chris specializes in dolls made of composite material, manufactured between the early 20th century and the 1950s. Some cost $50, while others go for $100. But for him, the real value lies in the history and the unique appearance of each piece. And he takes this passion seriously. Chris prefers to buy the dolls in person so he can feel their energy. And yes, he has already traveled all over the world searching for new additions. So far, he has visited 20 countries and has brought dolls from Ghana, South Africa, India, and France. But as you might imagine, Chris's collection doesn't go unnoticed. He constantly gets comments like, "Oh my God, I could never step into your house. That's so scary." But he doesn't mind. For him, collecting these dolls is a way to preserve history and express himself. His partner, Robbie, 30 years old, doesn't share the same obsession, but he understands Chris's passion. And since every relationship needs balance, while one collects dolls that look straight out of a horror movie, the other collects plants. At the end of the day, Chris believes his mission is to give a home to these rejected dolls and show the world that they aren't so scary after all. And for anyone thinking about starting a collection, whether it's vintage dolls or anything else that might seem strange, he assures, there's an entire community out there waiting for you. Cutest news of the day, Adventurous Cat gets free train rides for life. Some people dream of traveling the world for free, but the one who actually got this privilege was a cat. And not just any cat. Tilly, a 2-year-old adventurous feline, now has unlimited access to Southwestern Railway trains for the rest of her life. It all started when she decided to take a solo train trip spanning 17 miles, traveling from the town of Weybridge in Surrey to London Waterloo Station. While Tilly enjoyed the scenery, her owner Michael Hardy, 52 years old, had no choice but to drive across the capital to rescue the sneaky traveler and bring her back home. But instead of a scolding or a fine, Southwestern Railway decided to reward the cat's adventurous spirit. The company created an exclusive transport card for her, called Cat2Go, granting her free and unlimited access to the entire railway network. And according to a company spokesperson, the only requirement is that she remembers to check in. Because, well, rules are rules, even for cats. Tilly's card will be officially handed over to her owner at Weybridge Station. And yes, her name will be printed on the document. And if you think this is just a quirky stunt, know that Tilly is already a celebrity. Her Facebook page has nearly 6,000 followers, and Michael, her owner, couldn't be more excited. He shared on social media, "This made my day. Now Tilly will never have to travel without a ticket again." At the end of the day, while many people worry about the cost of train tickets, Tilly has already secured her lifetime pass. And judging by her track record, this won't be her last great railway adventure. The last and strangest news of the day. Thieves used a stolen card to buy a lottery ticket and won, and the victim wants to split the prize. This one sounds like a movie plot, but it actually happened in real life. Two thieves used a stolen card to buy a lottery ticket in France and won a prize of $523,000. The catch? They vanished before claiming the money and are now among the country's most wanted fugitives. The victim of the theft, identified as Jean-David E., doesn't want revenge. Quite the opposite. He is offering a rather unusual deal. If the thieves show up, he will split the prize with them. Yes, you heard that right. He only wants his wallet back and a share of the money. And the story began when Jean David's backpack was stolen from his car in the city of Toulouse in southern France. Inside were his bank cards and documents. As soon as he realized the theft, he requested to block the card. But it was already too late. The thieves had used one of the cards at a local store. That's where a store clerk revealed what had happened. Two men, apparently homeless, used the card to buy a lottery ticket. When they realized they had won, they went into shock, forgot their cigarettes, and ran off as if there were no tomorrow. Jean-David filed a police report, but he doesn't want to take the case further if the culprits come forward to negotiate. According to him, without these guys, nobody would have won anything. And in fact, the ticket remains unclaimed since no one has stepped forward to collect the prize. The problem is that time is running out. If nobody claims the money within the deadline, the ticket will expire. And to make matters worse, French prosecutors could consider the winnings illegal and attempt to seize the prize. Meanwhile, Jean-David's lawyer has made a national appeal assuring that the thieves are in no danger. They just need to come forward and agree to split the jackpot. So if you happen to be in France and come across two extremely happy guys without cigarettes, it might be worth letting them know that there's more than $500,000 waiting for them. And that's it, my friends. The world keeps proving to us that reality can be more absurd than any fictional script. From a thief who fell victim to his own stupidity to a twist of fate that turned two fugitives into millionaires, at least for now. Now I want to know, which of these stories was the most unbelievable to you? Would you dare to live like the couple who digs through trash? Or do you think Chris's creepy dolls are straight out of a nightmare? Drop a comment below because I read everything. Oh, and if you enjoy these insane stories, you already know. There's a lot more coming, so subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications because the next video might bring something even more surreal. Until then, let's just hope you don't run into a clumsy thief in your backyard or an adventurous cat taking your seat on the train. See you next time.